Hi, and welcome back to Yes, we're your hosts once again. Here with episode 14, which is wild. Thinking that we've done this for 14 weeks already. Like, that's a long time. That's, I was gonna say, that's over 3 months. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. That's over 3 months of content, guys. But yeah. So first off, I guess we will start. We have a lot of stuff to cover today, but we'll try and get through it all. First, I guess we can start with training camp cuts, because that's kind of what we care about the most. Whether or not our boys are going to make it into the NHL. So, unfortunately, Rip Braden Schneider and Matthew Robertson, who were both reassigned to the New York Rangers minor team last week.
Wherever that is.
I think it's in Connecticut. Is it? Hartford something?
Yeah, I think it's in Hartford.
Yeah. Which is sad. Hopefully they're living their best lives there, but it's really sad. I wanted Braden on the New York Rangers, because I just wanted to see it. Who didn't just want to see it? Yeah, and then Alex Turcotte. I almost called him Turks, but I realized some people may not know who that is. Alex Turcotte, Jared Anderson-Dolan, and Arthur Kaliev were sent down last week, but obviously Quentin Byfield kind of broke his ankle and made fun of himself on TikTok. And now they're back up.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, good for them, but also sad for Q. Rip. I hope he and Jamie did something fun last night, that he wasn't just sad.
Yeah.
And then Chase Stillman was reassigned to junior last week as well. Tyson Forrester, oddly, was sent down to the minors, not the Colts, which kind of puts a damper on the Colts Robertson Cup chances, which is sad. They're not doing so hot. We'll get to that. I think Brant Clark is sick. He's not on the ice, but we'll get to that. And then the Hawks sent down Nolan Allen and Colton Dock to the Western. Nolan Allen played yesterday on the Raiders, and then Dock is now on the Rockets, who are rebuilding, and he's probably going to get traded again. And then Marco Rossi, oddly enough, also sent down to the minors and not to junior. So he's not going to be on the Ottawa 67s this year. I think because he's probably a late birthday.
Probably.
So he's ineligible now. Yeah. But that's all for, like, the kind of getting sent up, getting sent down. Cole Perfetti is still on the Jets, and it's looking more and more like he's going to start on the Jets in Anaheim on, I think, must be, like, Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know if it's on the 13th or on the 14th.
The 14th.
The 14th?
13th on Wednesday.
Yeah. Alright. All I'm saying is you could have a chance to see Jamie and
I know.
And see the reunion. See the reunion. Because I'm not staying up to watch that game. It's going to start at like midnight.
Me neither.
I'm not staying up. I only stay up for Showbound, guys. But yeah. Other than that, none of the other boys have been sent down. Bo's still on the team.
Kaden Gooley is still on the Habs.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Mason being on the Ducks, man, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, Mason being on the Ducks, too. I forgot.
We stand.
What is happening?
We stand, but also, like, he's so boring.
Yeah.
He provides nothing.
Yeah.
Him being there does nothing. He can play, like, a couple games and then go back, but, like...
He's Connor Bedard's roommate. That's
literally how we best define him. He has no other interesting character traits. Like, he's uninteresting as a whole. I did like his comment on aliens, though. I did like how he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna say they're real, so in case I meet one, they're not gonna get mad at me or something. That's like the most interesting thing he's ever said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then next up in kind of like junior news, we have 100% OHL vaccination rate, which, like, yes, we love it, seeing the OHL and the WHL both having 100% vaccination rates is great. All our boys are vaccinated. The Q hasn't said anything. Which, like,
We don't have.
okay.
We don't
Okay.
talk about them.
I mean, what did we expect? What did we expect? They also didn't have, like, a mandated vaccine. Like, they didn't mandate it either, I don't think. Which, like, okay, I don't follow the queue that closely, but kind of sus.
Kind of sus.
Yeah. And the OHL will also be letting in this week 100% capacity now. As long as you're fully vaccinated, you can go, which is so great. I'm going to try and get out to a Steelheads game, probably. They're so bad, but at least I can go see Shane or something. Or I'll try and get out to a Gens game, or who knows, maybe I'll figure out a way to get to a Colts game. Figure out a way to convince my parents to drive me 3 hours north to go to a Colts game. But Steelheads is probably more likely and cheaper. Kat, I don't know. Are you going to any 67s games?
If my parents let me, I'll try and go. I really want to go. We'll
Yeah,
see.
they suck too.
Yeah! Especially
We
because
love being fans of teams that suck.
Rossi's not coming anymore. So,
Mm-hmm. And Quinn isn't either.
yeah.
Quinn is down in Rochester. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about. We all knew he was there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all knew that Jack Quinn got sent down.
Yeah. But yeah,
He's irrelevant. I'm so sorry, Jack. But you're only good at shootouts. You have one skill.
he was good at
One
Ottawa.
skill.
I remember that. Him and Rossi
We
were
could
good.
have had Perfetti or Rossi, but we took Jack Quinn. Cool.
I remember, like, Quinn getting drafted before Rossi and Perfetti, and I was like, huh? What?
No, okay, it made me really sad because, like, I was like, oh, like, it, like, not really sad, but it was, like, really surprising, kind of, like, even though I didn't follow the Sabres at the time, I was like, oh, Quinn? But isn't Rossi
Better?
top scorer?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
not even, like, better. Like, wasn't Rossi the top scorer on that team?
Yeah,
And
he
wasn't-
was.
Did he lead the league in points?
Yeah,
Like, wasn't he really
exactly.
good? But then I was really happy because I was like, oh my god, the Jets are going to get one of Perfetti or Rossi. I don't care who it is. I want one. We get one of them.
Yeah.
And we got that. Which is really good for us because he's looking great. Love him on whatever line he ends up starting on. We're going to hope. We're going to pray. First game, he's going to start on the first line. Because Scheifele's out. So who knows? But yeah, back to CHL news. That was kind of a tangent that went sideways. We have some updates on our teams. The teams. I would call them our teams. The teams that we like to follow. Ice are 4-0. They've scored 30 goals to their opponent's 5 goals over 4 games. Because they beat the Wheat Kings, I think 12-2. It was like 12-2 or something. And then they beat them again like 8-1. And then I think and then the Pats, they won 5-2. And then yesterday they won 8-0 over the Raiders. I honestly thought they were going to lose last game. I'm going to be honest, I thought they were going to lose. I didn't expect them to start 4-0. Like, because the Wheat Kings won the division last year
Yeah.
with Braden,
With Brady.
obviously. Captain Braden. The Pats are really good because
Connor.
Connor. And the Raiders are pretty good as well. They're not as good right now without Caden.
Yeah.
'Cause
Caden's supposed to be.
I guess Caden's important. I guess.
Yeah. Caden's supposed to be.
He is captain.
Yeah. So
he's captain. So, but 4-0, 4-0.
we
Like,
love to see it though.
we love to see it, and Connor Geeky is scoring so much, and Matt Savoie was first star yesterday. Ari's face when I said that changed completely. Did you see that? Did you see it? The way she went from, like, kind of listening to, like, oh, Matt? and now she's trying to hide the fact that she is a very big Matt Savoie fan.
We love him. He's great.
We love him. He's great. He's tiny. He's tiny boy too.
Yeah,
He's only 5.
Q was attacking us with pictures.
For real. I got so
It was mainly for Ari. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was mainly for Ari. We already know that Kat, like, she could care less about the ice, but we made her like them. So, and the Fronts, they won their first game, 7-2, against the 67s, and then they lost yesterday, I think, or did they win? I don't know. They lost yesterday, also 7-2. And then they play again today, which is really weird because I've never heard of like junior 2 back-to-backs in a row.
Yeah, no, it might just be. I don't know.
It's so weird.
It is really
because
weird.
like it wasn't even like they were at home either. Like it's not like they were at home. Because they were at home the first game. Then they took like a couple-hour bus ride to Mississauga. And now I think they're playing Ottawa in Ottawa. So they took like a 6-hour bus ride there.
That's probably even longer with
And the game's at 2.
No, it's
And the
probably,
game's at 2.
It's probably longer because of the Thanksgiving traffic.
Yeah.
Everybody coming back.
Yeah. And the game's at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Toronto.
And they didn't finish yesterday until like 10.
Toronto, Ottawa traffic is absolute hell. Would not recommend.
Thanks. I guess I'll just never come visit you then.
You can take the train. The train is nice.
But the train's expensive.
That is true. That is true.
I'd rather sit in traffic. Eating like chips or something. In the car while someone else drives.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, other CHL teams, we don't really
Care.
The Oil Kings are, I think 1 and 2. They won their first game, and I think they've lost the 2 other ones. And then the Colts are 2-0. Or sorry, 0 and 2. That's what I mean.
0 and 2.
Because I guess Brandt is injured? Sick?
Injured?
We don't know.
Not on the team, not playing.
Not on this team. Like, currently. Like, I haven't seen him in any lineups. And that must be why their defense is so bad. Cardzy hasn't looked good either.
They're having a rough
They've
time.
just been yesterday they gave up a 3-0 like lead to the Bulldogs, who aren't even that good, who are like mediocre at best now without Kaliev. Like, all I'm gonna say is the Colts, we might have overestimated the Colts for the championship.
Well, let's just go with they don't have Brandt or Forrester in the lineup, and that's why they suck. We'll just go with that.
Yeah. It's intriguing to me that Forrester didn't get sent back to junior. Very, very weird. Because he could. But I guess the Flyers want to keep him in their system.
Yeah.
But also send him back so he and Cardzy can be good on a line together.
Yes,
please.
Please.
Yeah, and then do you want to talk about the NCAA? I put it in literally. Kat talks about the NCAA.
Yeah, so they played Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you gotta specify who they is. They.
Michigan. Michigan played Friday and Saturday because that's what they always do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch Friday's game, but they were really, really good apparently.
Yeah, I was in the chat, like on their Twitter obsessively because Big Ten. I'm not paying for Big Ten. I'm not paying for Big Ten Plus.
Yeah.
No way.
It's It's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $60 American to watch Michigan. Sorry.
Yeah. And
My TSN subscription, like, per, like, 6 months is, like, only $40 more expensive than that in Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
And I get World Juniors access, CHL access, NHL access. Like,
yeah.
Big Ten, get your head on straight.
Yeah.
No one's paying that money.
Because with the Big Ten, it's like you have all 10 teams, and then all of, like, the sports as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think they expect you to, like, use, like, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, most people won't. But they played last night and gave me a heart attack in the end of the first period.
It was Kat's message, I have faith in them. 2 minutes later, fuck no, I don't have, I take that back.
Yeah, but then they came out for the second and they got their shit together. Yeah.
Still only won 7-4.
Only won 7-4. Yeah.
They let in 4 goals. Okay? Portillo let in 4 goals. I'm worried. I'm worried about the Sabres prospect.
It wasn't even Portillo. It was the defense literally not doing anything.
Who was on for the ice? On for the ice.
I don't know.
On the ice for the goals.
I don't even know.
Probably not Bauer. Probably not.
I think Hughes was on the ice for one of them.
Oh. Well, okay, makes sense. He's a freshman.
Yeah. But then they got their shit together and scored. It was really funny because the announcers were like, yeah, like, Michigan is going to need, like, to also rely on, like, their older players, not just, like, the draft picks if they want to win. And then, like, 5 minutes after that, Passagov scored, and then Lambert scored, and they, like, tied it up. It's like, thanks a lot, announcers. Didn't jinx it for once.
For once, yeah. And then Board scored, I know, and then Briss again.
On the power play.
I don't know why I don't know what the other team was doing, because his 2 goals looked identical to each other.
Every single one of his goals looked identical to each other.
Like, from like, the past weekend, right? Like,
yeah.
They're all on the power play. They're all from that one spot. What you're doing, it's not like he's like Alexander Ovechkin or anything. He's not that great. Like, all you have to do is cover him.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, if you cover him, then you're leaving either Power, Johnson, Borderlow, or Beniers open.
Don't they understand that Briss is also good? Don't they understand this?
But, like, I don't know. On one goal, they gave Ken, like, this much room, and he was like...
Yeah, little tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, well, on Friday, I guess, we can say that Owen Power, 4-point night.
Yes. Love to see it.
Amazing. Devin Levi, the shutout streak that unfortunately was broken last night. But he started his Northeastern career with like a new record for like how long a goalie has gone without letting in a goal to start a Northeastern career.
Yeah. Which
is really cool. Go Devin. And then he proceeded to let in 3 goals the next night. But it's okay. You know what? It's fine. He's only let in, like, that's 9 now across his 10 most recent starts.
And, I mean, they played Quinnipiac last night.
Yeah, and they're good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. He's still really good. I still have faith in him.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Freshman goalies are, like, goalies don't usually do that well when they first start off.
Yeah. And I forgot he was a freshman, because he didn't play last year.
Yeah.
And now he's playing this year because he missed last year.
Yeah.
And then, going back to the CHL for a second, because I forgot this was in the show notes. Shane Wright and Ethan Del Mastro, new Cs for the Steelheads and the Fronts, respectively. We love it. We all knew Shane was getting the C. Yeah. As soon as they were like, we're going to announce our captains live, I was like, you You dramatic fuckers. It's Shane. We all know. Who else are they going to do?
That's why they did it, though, because people want to see Shane, so then people would watch it, and then they get,
buy tickets to get it, to get in. Yeah. And then Del Mastro was named, I think, about a week ago.
Yeah.
To the Steelheads. Good for him. We love that. We love to see it. And then I think Stillman was named last week? 2 weeks ago? It was a while ago, but I don't think we talked about it. Yeah. And then, sadly, moving on to the Q.
God.
Because it's always the Q.
It's always the Q.
2 players from the Victoriaville Tigers who won the championship last year. Because of course they did. Have been charged for sexual assault, and one of them has been charged of sharing the photos online or with people in general. They've both been suspended indefinitely from the QMJHL, and they are facing criminal charges right now in Canada.
Yeah.
And Habs, where are you? Can we just talk? People were making jokes about the Habs.
I know. I saw Mayu's name trending on Twitter, and I was like, oh fuck. Oh fuck.
All I'm gonna say is that the fact that the London Knights, who are notorious for not notorious, but there's rumors that they bribe players to sign with them. Or get drafted to them, because they're always good. Somehow they decided to suspend Mayu, but the Habs still thought he was a good choice to go in the first round. Okay, Habs.
I can't with this. I can't with them anymore.
We're going to talk more about the Habs. Don't worry, we're going to talk more about the Habs. But yeah, that's really sad. Sad for the person who, was assaulted, and hope they're okay. And those 2 players are getting the punishment that they deserve for sure. I don't think either of them have been drafted, and no one please don't draft them if they are undrafted. Don't pull a Habs.
Please don't.
Don't pull a Habs.
Just don't.
Okay, and then moving on, we're going to talk really quickly about international hockey, and then we're going to go into, more NHL news. International hockey, so Olympic rosters. We know 3 players from most teams now. We have the ones from Finland, Sweden, the Czech Republic, the U.S. Obviously, we had the Canadian one last week, and Latvia as well. And I don't think Russia has announced theirs yet.
But I think we kind of already know who's going to be.
Ovechkin. Well, okay, Malkin's injured, so they can't name him.
Yeah.
Ovechkin, Vasilevsky, and then Hedman, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, wait, is Hedman Swedish?
Hedman's Swedish. Yeah, he's Swedish.
He is Swedish. Who would be a good Russian defender, then? I don't even know.
Oh, God,
wow. That's hard, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be Ovechkin, Vasilevsky for sure, and then
someone.
Spin a wheel and pick a Russian defender.
Yeah.
Spin a wheel, yeah. They don't produce good defensemen, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Zadorov. There we go.
No,
Zadorov.
I'm pretty sure there are better options.
I don't know if there are.
I think.
If you think about it, okay, let's look this up. Russian defenseman. First results are Dmitry Kulikov.
Nikita
He's bad.
Zaitsev. Provorov.
Sorry?
Zaitsev is on there.
Oh, Zaitsev is awful.
Provorov is there. It's not a very good list.
Yeah, and Kulikov, Zaitsev. I guess Provorov. Provorov is good.
Yeah, Provorov is good.
Provorov will probably be named then. But the fact that I just chose one out of a hat, and you were like, he's not good, but he's definitely going to make the team. That's problematic for Russia. But we love to see it. Can't wait for the Russian defense to give out again, like it did at World Juniors. So, yeah. So the Finnish one we have word that the first 3 players on the team are Aho, Barkov, and Rantanen. Really good names. Good for them. For Sweden, we have Landeskog, Zibanejad, and Hedman. There we go.
Hedman's yeah.
Yeah, on the Swedish team.
I wonder who's going to be captain, though. I wonder if it's going to be Landeskog or Hedman.
Yeah, I think that'll be a debate. Co-captains.
But
and then the Czech Republic, we have Andre Palat, Jacob Voracek, and David Pastrnak. We didn't mention it, but I know Denmark, they also named Nikolai Ehlers. I know because I follow the Jets. Alexander Wenberg, I think, and Alexander True. Is Alexander Wenberg? It was a Blue Jacket. It was someone who used to be a Blue Jacket. Alexander Wenberg is...
I think it was Wenberg.
One of the Danish ones on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah, because I know Nikolai Ehlers was named. Alexander True was named, because I remember... Oh, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. That's his name.
Okay.
Whoops! And then the U.S. named theirs, and it's Austin Matthews, Patrick Kane, and Seth Jones. Oh, and Latvia named Gergensons from Buffalo. And we don't care about the other 2. Yeah, the rosters are looking interesting so far. Wonder what's going to happen with that. Interesting that they put Seth Jones on the team. I'm going to be really honest.
Like, out of all of the defensemen.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, we all know that Stan Bowman, as controversial as he is right now, he is the GM of Team USA.
Yeah.
So now it makes sense. Ooh, it's not like he could leave him off.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like he didn't have to name him as, like, one of the first.
Yeah, I agree. One of the first 3 is debatable, I guess.
Yeah.
But we're probably going to end up seeing Werenski Jones again at the Olympic Games, which is going to be interesting. That might even be their first pair. I'm going to be really honest.
I hope not. Because Quinn is going to be there. Quinn Hughes is going to be there.
No, it's actually not confirmed that he's going to be there.
He'll hopefully be there.
Probably going to be 3rd pair or 7th G-man.
Adam Fox is going to be there.
Okay.
Norris winner, Adam Fox.
Yeah. Thinking about, like, what Team Canada will look like, which is stacked. It's going to be, like, Cale Makar and Pietrangelo. Like, they're going to be...
You know, that's so funny, because, like, the Avs and the Golden Knights, like, don't like each other. So
but it'll look so good.
Yeah,
we're going to have McKinnon, McDavid, Marner as, like, our first line.
Patrice
Bergeron. If Team Canada doesn't win...
If we lose, I'm just gonna blame it on the goaltending. We'll just blame it on the goaltending.
Yeah. Swear to God, if Binnington ends up making this team, I'm gonna throw something.
No. Please no.
Yeah. And now I guess to NHL news. Since, like, we don't really have anything other to talk about for international news except for, like, those rosters. We're gonna start with Vander Kane. It keeps getting worse. Like,
it's really good.
You know what? Why is it whenever anything goes wrong, it has to be him? It's always him.
So yeah, a local San Jose beat writer, I think for like a local newspaper there, has reported that the reason he's being investigated for breaking NHL COVID protocol is because there are rumors that he has falsified his vaccination papers. This
is like the Harry Potter meme where McGonagall is like, why is it that it always seems to be you three? But
it's all Evander Kane.
Yeah, exactly. It's just Evander Kane.
Yeah, and apparently, from what that article also said, he may not. We'll link the article, by the way. We will link the article. I put it in general for you to access later. Apparently, the Sharks are still not going to terminate his contract if this ends up being true.
I think
even though it's illegal. It's illegal in the United States of America to falsify vaccination papers. And yet the Sharks are still thinking about not terminating his contract.
They're desperate, right? Like...
Eichel. Just Eichel.
Yeah.
Throw away Kane. Like, get him out of here. Terminate his contract. Do whatever. Waste whatever money you need to. He's clearly, like, toxic to the locker room, to everything. And bring in Eichel. Bring in Jack Eichel. That will fix everything. That will fix all your scoring problems. And I get William Eklund in this deal.
William Eklund.
Kevin Adams would look like a genius. He'd look like a genius if he got Power and Eklund.
And if not Eklund, then Bordelot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Bordelot could just stay another year in college.
Yeah, that's true.
and then not sign with the Sabres.
That is true. Owen can convince him to sign.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Unfortunately. But yeah. All I'm gonna say is Eichel. He's right there. Throw away Evander Kane because he's clearly bringing so much bad PR to your team, and just do something else with that money, honestly. Because it's what, $10 million? Like, if you mutually terminate, like, there's no reason for you to, like, get a cap hit recapture. Because, like, clearly he's a criminal. It's illegal.
Yeah.
To falsify. If it ends up being true. But, who knows? He's being investigated for so much.
I feel bad for his lawyers, honestly.
They're getting paid, though.
Yeah, they're getting paid a shitload of money.
Yeah. Speaking of Eichel, we're going to talk about that. Apparently, the rumblings are that things are finally moving forward, which I love personally. And because now that teams have more medical information, they're more comfortable with potentially letting him have the surgery that he wants when he gets to their team. And things are starting to move faster, according to Pat Brisson on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. I think yesterday or a couple days ago. From what we've heard, Ducks, Wild, Kings, and Flames are still in talks. As well as obviously the Sharks we've talked about, because if Kevin Adams somehow fleeces the Sharks and gets Eklund and Power, the two guys that they were really looking at, like, in this draft, I would never say anything about him again. Like, I would literally be like, Kevin, you're the greatest. Because, like, man, that would be a bold move.
I love how the Golden Knights aren't on there anymore.
Yeah. I think it's just because they have cap issues.
Yeah.
It's not, like, possible. Like, I would love it for them, like, to be in the conversation more. But, like, what are they going to give us? They're not going to give us Brisson.
Yeah,
because
there's no way.
And Pat trades his son to Buffalo, of all places.
That is the funniest thing ever. That would be so funny to me.
Yeah. He probably doesn't represent him, though. I feel like that'd be, like,
Yeah.
Like,
I think
yeah.
that's, what is it? Conflict of...
Interest, yeah.
Yeah.
Conflict of interest. But yeah, I think, or maybe he does, because I know in the NHL, like, Michael Nylander is, like, kind of representing William, like, kind of.
But I don't think he's, like, officially.
Yeah,
William's
officially.
agent,
So
yeah.
probably just like, yeah, hey Dad, should I take this contract?
But, like, Pat also said that, like, he's not gonna, because technically, Brendan doesn't have an agent. He does. See, the NCAA rules are messed up, but, like, Pat has said that, like, he's not gonna, like, pressure Brendan to, like, sign him as, or, like, even, like, be with, like, the CAA. Yeah.
Which, like, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But yeah, they're not gonna give him us Brisson. Krebs is a possibility, but Vegas is about to Cody Glass him into the sun.
Yeah.
They are. They're not gonna let him play in the NHL, because I think they're about to send him down to minor. He's gonna play in minor. He's gonna be decent. They're gonna bring him up. He's gonna get injured again. Like, Cody Glass had 2 knee surgeries. Peyton's already had an Achilles injury. He's already had his jaw broken. He played 4 games.
Jaw broken by a certain person who might be on his team.
Yeah. Like, okay. Yeah, they're about to Cody Glass him into the sun. And then, I mean, they have Caden, but they are also about to leave Caden in the dust, because they can't develop their prospects. And then they have not Zach Smith. What's his name? Zach Dean? Is that what it is?
I think so.
Zach Dean? I don't know. He has the most basic white boy name.
Yeah. Like, how many people in hockey are named Zach, Ty/Tyler?
It's always Tyler.
It's always Tyler. Oh my god, last year in Wisconsin, we had 2 Ties and a Tyler on the same team.
You love to see it. There are a lot of Dylans, too, I think.
It's Dylan, Tyler, Connor.
Doc. Yeah. None of them have unique names.
How many people in the league have Johnson as a last name?
Oh my god. I only know one. Ryan
Johnson.
Oh, 2.
And then
we have Ryan Johnson, and then we have Wyatt Johnston.
Yeah.
With an S. With a T.
Yeah, it's Johnson or Johnston. It's like.
Yeah. Who knows?
And then you just have the Avs with EJ and what's his name?
EJ and Jack.
Yeah.
Hopefully gets released from his PTO. We're cross our fingers for that. And yeah, so Ducks, Wild, Flames, Kings, they're still in talks. It's really stupid that the Ducks are still in talks, I'm gonna be really honest. They're not gonna, like, what? Do they think that they're gonna throw Jack Eichel in there and suddenly be good? Like,
yeah, we don't really have a lot to offer.
Not a lot. All you got is Jamie Drysdale. I'm gonna be really honest. If we see Power Drysdale as a pair,
no, not on Buffalo. No, thank you.
Him and Dylan could live together.
That is true.
All I'm gonna say, Dylan would definitely get an apartment with Jamie. Let's be real. I think Dylan is still living in a hotel. I'm gonna be really honest. I don't think he's living anywhere. I think he's in a hotel.
I would not be surprised.
Would not be shocked. Flames apparently have given out some offers. Gaudreau and Tkachuk apparently have been names that have been thrown out there. Buffalo doesn't want them, which is valid, because I'd want Pelletier and Zari in a deal that included Gaudreau and Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Because their prospect pool is bad. And yeah, Wild are still in talks, but I think now with Matt Boldy injured, they're not going to do anything. 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6
he's out,
weeks.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he also made headlines this week with Guerin saying, yeah, we're going to let him choose the surgery or rehab option. Which is like, that has, people are comparing it to the Eichel situation and being like, oh, is this why the Wild are in? Guys, neck surgery and ankle surgery are very different things. They don't connect. Like, and I think everyone is forgetting the fact that the Sabres literally did let Jack Eichel rehab his neck for, like, 8 months. Like, or, like, try to. Because in a situation with a neck injury, you always want to rehab.
Yeah.
Before you even think about having surgery in there.
Neck injuries are complicated.
Yeah. Like, with an ankle injury, it's different.
Yeah.
Because there are many proven ways so far that you can fix them.
It's not that serious of, like, an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, it's
a fracture, sure,
like,
but,
it's a very simple injury that, like, it happens very often, and, like, you know.
Yeah. There's no way to compare them.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, I just thought that was stupid. Glad you guys think the same. Yeah, and then we have, in relation to, like, injury, because this guy was also injured, we have Carey Price entering the NHLPA Assistance Program, which, good for him for identifying that he may need help, and, we're all here to support him in the end, for when he ends up coming out of that program, and if he ever wants to speak about why he went in the first place. But yeah. But that also leaves a huge hole on the Habs. In addition to their huge Shea Weber hole, which will be filled by Caden Gooley?
They're having Caden Gooley fill in for the Shea Weber hole, and then they're gonna have Caden Primo fill in for Carey Price.
Oh no, they picked up a guy on waivers. Something Montembeau, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Samuel Montembeau? Yeah, that guy's gonna play.
Yeah, he was pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The one game I saw.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say though, like, the Habs, they're not looking too hot. They're not looking too hot right now.
The Habs stress me out so much. The Habs being bad is literally the reason why I started watching college hockey. Like,
because you just wanted to see the guys who are actually doing well.
Yeah, I want to see a team. They're also the reason why I started cheering for the Avs. Because the Avs were good and the Habs were not, and so I was like, I'm bandwagoning Colorado now.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens with that. The Habs are gonna have some holes to fill, and I don't think Caden Gooley is your answer. I'm gonna be really honest. I do not think Caden Gooley is the answer. But
at
you know
this
what?
point, I'm just hoping Jordan Harris actually signs at the end of the season. That's what I want.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is also, if Caden does make the Habs, I think he's staying the whole season.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if, like, Fetz makes the Jets, he'll probably only stay up for, like, the first 7 games. Yeah. He probably won't stay the whole season. He will make the Jets. Paul Maurice told everyone that everyone who was still in training camp will be getting games for the Jets this year. Just depends on when, but I think it's going to be Fetz playing the first couple 7 games, I think it is, before your ELC kicks in.
Yeah.
7 or 10. Yeah, and then he'll be sent down, and then he's going to captain the World Juniors team.
Yes.
That's all. Thank you very much. Welcome to my... that's the end of my TED Talk. But Caden is going to be staying up the whole time. If he makes the Habs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the Raiders are going to be...
Without a captain.
No, they're going to name Weiss Black captain. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guarantee it, like... It's, like, the writing on the walls there.
Yeah.
If Caden doesn't come back, Weiss Black is captain.
Yeah.
But they're going to be bad. They're going to be worse than they were. Way worse than they were. And then also on the topic of the Habs, their rivalry with the Canes is...
It's
I'm inspired to be this level of petty, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. The Canes started it, though. They started it.
Did they? What about the Habs offer shooting Aho? Like,
that
2 years
offer
ago?
shooting Aho was just like a regular hockey move. It's not because it wasn't because we had anything against the Canes. It was because Aho is like really, really good at hockey.
And then they offer sheeted Jesperi Kotkaniemi and gave him a $20 signing bonus.
See, that was petty. That's what started it.
Yeah, but if you didn't know, from the Daily Faceoff, they've reported that the Canes apparently are now in trouble with the NHL because they only played 4 preseason games, even though the CBA mandates them to play a minimum of 6. And apparently, the rumor is that the NHL didn't even notice this until the Montreal Canadiens pointed it out to them. Because of course they did. I can't wait to see how this evolves. I'm gonna be really honest.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny. Who knows? If Mark Bergevin, gets fired at the end of the year, is released from his contract at the end of the year, maybe that will end it, but who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows, honestly. And then, yeah, we have some injury updates and some extension updates. Ovechkin is day-to-day with an injury, which is sad because who knows when he'll be back, and he'll be back to score 50 goals again.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then we have also Zibanejad just signing with the Rangers. I didn't check the number,
Let me check.
but don't think it's too much, if I'm correct in my guess. 8 times 8 is what they're saying. And Jack Johnson is not going to be released from his PTO. He just signed leagueman with the Avs for 1 year.
I just saw that.
How are we feeling about that?
Honestly, I don't even care anymore. I'm so fed up with the NHL at this point.
Yeah. Hey, at least the Jets. Come join the Jets bandwagon. We're so fun.
Nah, I'm good.
We're so fun. Ari's already on it. I already know she is.
I already cheer for one Western team. I can't jump on another one.
Yeah, and then Barkov also signs the extension. I think it's also 8 times. It's 8 times 8, I think.
8 times something.
Or something very close, yeah. I think I put it in the chat. Or someone put it in the chat. I think it is 8-year, $8 million. So that's 10 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, good for him. Don't know if he deserves to be paid $10 million, but Florida, I guess. And then
Florida
Ari,
likes giving people money, I think.
Yeah. Bobrovsky, especially.
Yeah.
And now he sucks.
Yeah.
But Ari, do we want to talk about what you did last night?
I went to a preseason game. It was an LA versus Ducks game in LA. It was a lot of fun, actually. Super, I was so nervous. It's so weird, though, because I really thought I was going to get punched. Because everywhere around me, it's LA Kings fans. And then there's just, my row of people. And I was like, oh, I don't know.
Man, I survived going to an Oilers game with a Jets jersey on. I think you can survive LA, California fans.
Yeah.
Well, I survived somehow. It was really good, actually. I didn't think we were going to win. Gabe Velarde carried the LA Kings. And then we did a shootout. Trevor made me so mad because everyone was booing because, LA. And he was just smiling because everyone was booing him. And I'm like, bro.
Of course he was.
I regret cheering for you.
Of course he was. Of course he was.
Of course he was. And he's grown back that disgusting World Juniors mustache. which means it is time to fully hate Trevor again.
Yes.
Guys, we're at that season. From now until World Juniors, we don't mention him. He does not exist in our minds.
I can't wait to see the reaction when the Michigan team starts growing their Movember mustaches.
No, I'm not ready for that.
If Owen, I'm gonna DM someone on the team and be like, please shave that thing off of Owen's face.
Fair bridge to do it.
Wait, no, yeah, might actually respond.
He might.
Yo, he might actually be like, well, you dared me to.
You should DM the actual team social media and be like, shave that thing off of them.
Yeah. Because the social team does respond, I think, occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, was there anything fun with the game other than Trevor being Trevor? Was Jamie doing his sexy crossovers?
You were pushing him at the end. I'm like, get your hands off of Jamie, please. I was so mad.
Did he play well? Was he on the ice for any of the goals? I didn't watch.
Yeah, he was not. I don't think it was the first period. I think it was towards the second and the third. He was a lot on the ice, and he was helping. He was getting the puck and everything. I'm like, yes, thank you, Jamie, thank you.
We're still working that Jamie's junior narrative, though.
Yeah.
I've seen more people talking about it.
Yeah, and you keep sending it to the group chat, being like, Jamie the Junior.
It makes more sense. Okay, it makes more sense for him to be in junior than for him to be rushed into the NHL. We could do a whole episode about me just ranting about how the Anaheim Ducks may possibly ruin Jamie Drysdale, like they ruined Cam Fowler, by...
I mean, they're ruining everyone, so... Then they're sending people back, so I mean, there's a chance.
All I'm gonna say is that if Quinton is not starting this year in the NHL, Jamie can start, but I think they need to send him back to junior. They
probably will, because usually what happens is they start them off and then they send them once they play a few games. Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. Even though he looks like a full-time NHLer, he's I don't know if you've seen the charts, but his stats, his underlying stats are horrible.
Yeah.
They're so bad. I think he was a minus 14 last year. It was really bad.
Yeah, because they kind of just threw him into the deep end.
Yeah. I feel like they put him in really soon.
Right, and it's not like he's on the Avs. It's the Avs you can kind of ease players in because they have so much talent. The Ducks they just throw you in there and expect you to they kind of throw you in and expect you to just already know what you're doing.
And they keep making him play his offside. Because they keep trying to make him play left-handed. And why didn't you just draft a left-handed? He's literally the most valuable thing in hockey. He's a right-handed defenseman.
I know.
And you're still trying to force him to play left-handed.
It makes me so mad because the Ducks were we're not gonna force our prospects or overwork them. And look what's going on.
I've even seen some people being maybe Trevor should go back to the minors. I've even seen some people say that.
I think we got sent back last season. Bro, just send him back. Please.
So
not because he isn't scoring, but because his underlying numbers are
Yeah.
They've roughed their prospects on themselves.
I mean, just get them to do more work and they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I still think... And then have him and Fetz on the World Juniors team together.
Yes,
sans Caden, because we know Caden's making the Habs and he's going to stay there the whole season. That would be my dream.
Yes, please.
Jamie, Fetz on the World Juniors team together on their revenge tour. And Jamie can rub a third World Juniors medal into Trevor's face.
Yes.
Look, I have 3. You have 1. And honestly, Jamie should rub the 2020 World Juniors gold medal in Trevor's face more.
Yeah.
Because he was 17 when he got that. Players don't make the World Juniors team at 17.
And it wasn't even, and Jamie didn't even have a small, tiny role either.
He was playing big minutes when Bo went out
Yeah.
because he was sick and he was like throwing up.
Yeah. Whereas Trevor, that U.S. World Junior team was
Disappointing. I hope they
Yeah.
disappoint again this year.
Yeah. But also I don't want them to disappoint because then I have to see like Maddie
No.
and Thomas and Briz and Mackie all sad and I don't want that. But also like please disappoint.
Team Canada needs the win. They need the win this year more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally, really quick, in the last like 10 minutes of the show we have here, we're gonna do a playoff preview or like a season preview, I guess, of what we want to see from the teams. So yeah, I don't really know. I didn't really plan this out too
Me
well
neither.
in the show notes, but what do we want to start with? The Atlantic? What teams are we thinking make the playoffs there? What teams will be out? What teams will, have good seasons, have bad seasons? Go ahead and talk.
And the Sabres aren't making it.
Well, yeah. Although Dylan Cousins somehow thinks they will. It's okay, Dylan.
He's hopeful.
He's hopeful. He's a special type of
Yeah.
He's a special player, guys. He's playing third line center too, so we'll see about that, Dylan. They're not gonna make it, but they're probably not gonna be as bad as they were last year
Yeah.
either. Yeah. Other than that, I think I think like I don't know.
Tampa, Boston.
Yeah, Boston and Tampa are definitely gonna make it. Toronto's probably gonna make it. I see everyone projecting the Panthers to make it higher than Toronto, but I'm also like, you have Sergei Bobrovsky
Yeah.
in net. And okay, we know Spencer Knight is like really great, but he's also 20. You can't just like have him be your starter now.
But they will. They're gonna do it.
They will, but they're gonna ruin him. Do we realize that they are going to ruin Spencer Knight?
I try not to think about it.
They're gonna ruin Spencer Knight, probably, like they kind of ruined Carter Hart in Philly.
Yeah.
But who knows, honestly, like, we'll see what happens, but also, I expect Spencer Knight to have a good season, but not, like, great. Like, you can't, he's 20, okay?
Yeah, he's a child. Just like...
Yeah, exactly. Don't force him into anything. And then, yeah, I guess the Panthers will probably make it in the wild card. Habs, I expect them not to make it.
Me neither.
Sorry, Kat.
I don't want them to make it, actually. I just... Get good draft picks, please.
Get good draft picks and then actually draft well with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cole Caulfield will probably win the Calder, hopefully.
I hope.
Hopefully he will. I swear if it goes to Trevor.
No, that's not
Oh
allowed.
my gosh, no.
That's not allowed to happen. It's going to be Cole, and if it's not Cole, it's going to be Pinto or Boldy. It's not Trevor.
Boldy's gonna be injured, Kat!
I don't care. He's only...
Somehow he could win it over Trevor.
No, Bo.
Yeah, Bo.
Bo's gonna win it. Or Cole. Cole will probably win it, but like,
Yeah. Just
I
in
want
case.
Bo to be at least in the conversation.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Jamie needs to. Jamie's not gonna win it, first of all, because he's not. But
and this year's culture is pretty much just gonna be like the 2019 draft class.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Minus Dylan Cousins and Kirby, because Dylan. Okay. But anyways, yeah. Habs aren't gonna make it. I don't think Sens will make it. Sens with their rebuild being over. As Shane Wright and Connor Bedard become like generational talent.
Here's the thing, though. It doesn't matter if they say it's over if they're still bad. Because if they're still bad, they're
gonna be bad this year.
Yeah, I hope.
They're gonna finish probably behind the Habs in like 6th, and then Detroit will probably finish ahead of the Sabres in 7th.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's good for Detroit. Detroit would be so happy with that. They'd be like, yes, finally. we don't finish last in the division.
The
For
Sens
once.
finished last in the league 2 years in a row, though.
And yeah, right? Like, the year Bo was drafted.
It was the year after it was the 2 years after they made the conference finals.
Yeah, it's the year that Bo was drafted, and, yeah, I think so. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll bounce back, but I don't expect them to. The Metro, I don't know. The Metro's kind of pretty wide open.
The Metro's always a bloodbath, though, because you've got, like, the Caps and
Isles
the
are gonna win it.
and the Isles now as well.
Isles are gonna win it. I think it's pretty solid that the Isles are gonna win it.
I hope.
And then the Canes are probably gonna make it too.
Yeah. And then you have the Caps and the Pens.
Caps and the Pens, but the Pens are really interesting because they don't have Crosby and they don't have Malkin to start the season.
Pens are also always injured, though. Like, they're always like this. This happens every year.
But they also don't have Gensel because he's on COVID protocol.
Yeah. But
yeah.
It's the Pens. They're going to call up some random AHL dude who's going to score, like, 20 goals for them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. But that's probably, like, your top 4. You maybe expect, like, the Rangers to slip in, but I don't know. They're busy ruining they're busy ruining Alexis Lafreniere, and Capo Caco. Capo? Yeah. I was like, am I mixing it up? Is it the other way?
Yeah.
But, no, they might make it, and then, I don't know, Devils will probably finish 7th, and Jackets 8th. Unless Laine has, like, a resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then moving out west. Or do we still want to talk about the Metro?
The Jackets, it's weird because, like, they have good players, but it's, like, whether or not those good players are going to be good, right?
Yeah. Laine has to have a bounce-back season.
Yeah, like, you got Laine and Werenski, like, they have to, like, produce, and then...
Yeah. And then I was also going to say, like, moving out west now, do we want to start with the Central? Let's start with the Central.
I don't even know who's in the Central.
It's Dallas, Nashville, Jets, Wild, Avs, Hawks, Blues, Coyotes. Well, Coyotes are finishing last.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wild race between them and Buffalo for Shane Wright.
Honestly.
God, I wish, I pray, I hope and pray that Shane goes to Buffalo. Because he can't end up in Arizona, okay? You can't torture him like that.
Please don't.
You cannot torture Shane Wright by sending him to Arizona. You can't.
I hope somebody is just randomly bad this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shane can go
I saw someone project Shane Wright to Anaheim. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. I'd be sad.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. He can play with Mason.
Yeah.
His buddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're friends, I think.
They're friends. They're vaguely friends.
They're vaguely
through
friends.
Brant. Yeah.
Through Brant. And through Brant, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that probably means they'll end up having to, like, trade Mason if they have Shane. Unless they don't, and they just want center depth, but...
Yeah.
Who knows? I would say that, yeah, definitely for sure it's gonna happen, I think. Or, like, definitely he's probably gonna go to Arizona, Anaheim, or Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm praying it's Buffalo, honestly. So he can be saved. He has friends in Buffalo. Owen's his friend. It's like an hour away from his house.
Yeah, that's true.
In Burlington. I'm sure he'd love it there. And Dylan's his friend, too.
Yeah.
We could all train together in the summer. Wouldn't that be great? So I wouldn't be shocked if I saw Owen Power and Dylan Cousins training together at the end of the season.
But that's a crossover my brain would not be able to handle.
Yeah. But then we also have in the Central, we have the Blues. I think the Blues will finish like close. Well, we have the Preds. Phil and Cody will make the team better, but the Preds are probably going to finish 7th. The Blues, I think, will finish 6th. I don't project them to be good enough. Avs are going to finish first, for sure.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They
Avs
better.
are going to finish first. It's not like a competition, really. Yeah. Everyone has Wild in 3rd, but I'm like, what is it about the Wild that makes you guys think that they actually have talent there?
Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah,
he's not going to score like that again. He's not. We know this. We know anyone who gets a huge payday after, like, half a season of good results does not meet those expectations.
But also, like, I hope he meets those expectations, because if he doesn't, then people are going to be really mean to him, and, you know, like...
Well, yeah, Jeff Skinner says hi. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be as good as he was last year. He might still be good, but he's not going to be as good as he was last year. Everyone is predicting either the Jets to be in the wild card or, falling out of the playoffs. And I'm like, bro, every time you underestimate the Jets, they always end up finishing, like, 2nd in the division.
The Jets are good. I don't know why people think the Jets aren't good.
Good, yeah. Like okay, if Connor Hellebuyck gets injured, we're screwed. But like,
if he doesn't, then you have Hellebuyck.
He's not going to get injured.
Yeah, and then you have him, and then you have Scheifele, Connor, Ehlers.
Yeah, like, they can just roll 3 lines and be, like, comfortable in that.
Yeah, and Kyle Connor went to Michigan, so...
Kyle Connor's so good. Everyone forgets that Kyle Connor scores 30 goals every year. I think he even scored 30 last year, too. Did he?
His freshman year in Michigan that was something else. Go and find...
he's so good.
Go and find those stats from his freshman year. It was insane.
Yeah, okay, he had 26 goals last year in a shortened season. 26. And then I think in his career he scored 30 goals every season. So yeah, in 2017, 2018 he scored 31. 2018, 2019 he scored 32. He almost hit 40 in 2019, 2020. He would have if it wasn't canceled. Yeah, he's so good. And people forget that he's like a perennial 30-goal scorer. Like,
exactly.
Paul Maurice was like, oh yeah, we already know Kyle's passing 30. Like, we already know.
People just, I feel like there are so many players I feel like people just, like, forget about, though.
Yeah. All I'm going to say, though, is, like, everyone always underestimates the Jets, and they always end up finishing 2nd in the division. Like, last year, everyone was like, psh, the Jets, they're not even going to make it in the North Division.
But, I mean, like, the North Division, I think people had really a weird prediction about the North Division last year, though.
Yeah. Yeah. All I'm going to say is, like, they definitely made, like, they're definitely going to make it. They're either going to finish 2nd or 3rd in the division. I see them finishing 2nd. Yeah. Mainly because, the Wild aren't all that. They are not as good as people think they are.
In case you can't tell, Q doesn't like the Wild.
They're my most hated team. Other than the Bruins and the Blues, obviously.
I think everybody just hates the Bruins.
The Wild, I think, will finish 3rd. I'll give them that. And then the Stars will probably finish in the wild card. And then Hawks will finish outside of the picture. Or in the 2nd wild card, depending on how the Pacific is. But the Pacific's going to be bad. Okay, really quick, the Pacific. Vegas, if they don't win this division...
I hope they don't, but
you messed
also...
up. You messed up.
They should.
Mm-hmm. You messed up. And then... what?
All the California teams we could put at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, the Ducks.
The Ducks, the Kings, the Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be Ducks, Sharks, and then Kings, probably.
Yeah.
Kings will probably finish the best out of those teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I think the Oilers might finish in 2nd in the Pacific.
Maybe.
Because it's so wide open. Because, okay, if you look at the Oilers, are they better than the Canucks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Are they better than the Flames?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they better than the Kraken?
They should be.
Yeah, they should be. So those are all the teams that are kind of in the mix for the other spots. So I think it's a given that they'll probably finish second.
Yeah, and then
I'd say like Flames and or Vancouver in third.
If the Flames can get like Gaudreau, Monahan, and Lindholm back to the level that they used to be, then they're gonna be third.
Then they're gonna be third in the division. And then honestly, for fourth and like the final wild card, it's like between the Kraken and the Canucks for me. I think the Canucks are probably gonna get it, because I look at the Kraken and I'm like, who's gonna score on this team? Jordan Eberle can't score every goal.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be like a good team in the future, like building up.
I think they definitely wanted. I don't think they're like in the expansion. Their goal definitely wasn't to like win now.
Yeah. They weren't trying to be Vegas.
Yeah.
Even though everyone was like, you should be like Vegas. Like, I don't think that was their goal. I think they're building towards more long-term success.
Yeah.
And like in a few years, the division is going to be, well, Edmonton is going to continue building. So Edmonton and Vegas are going to be at the top again.
The Pacific is going to be a bloodbath.
But then the Flames will probably rebuild after this year if they don't end up doing anything if they don't get out of the first round. Because they're going to trade Monahan for sure. I don't know about Gaudreau, but they're going to trade Monahan for sure. And the Canucks are probably going to rebuild too when they lose Besser and when their GM gets fired for all the bad contracts he signs. And trades for.
Yeah.
Can't forget about OEL. Yeah. All right. Ari, do you have to end up going to anywhere? Yeah. All right. So we'll end it here then. That's the end of our episode for this week. We'll be back next week. Once the NHL has started, we'll give you an update on all the teams and talk more about prospects, because World Juniors is coming up.
Yes.
And we're going to have, probably next month, a projected list for everyone to know. Okay. So that's it from us this week. We'll see you next week.